What's good? It is Sam, and today is November 8th in the evening. I'm on the way to the gym, and I just wanted to talk quickly about student debt and how interesting it is. So, if you've ever taken out a loan for anything, really, it's going to be predicated on your ability to repay that loan. For an easy comparison, well, first of all, so student loans, the federal government here in the U.S. essentially allows borrowers to take out as much student debt loan as they want to with very, very, very little limits in terms of the amount that you want to take out. And then they also put laws in place that do not allow you to extinguish that debt if you were to file bankruptcy. Meaning, if you were to file bankruptcy, you can get rid of all your other loans, your credit card, your mortgage, any other debt you have, pretty much, except for your student loans. So if you get $100,000 of student loans, file bankruptcy, all your other debt goes away, and you still have $100,000 of student loans. So the schools know this. Anybody who works in the education system knows this, meaning that here in America, people believe that the traditional route of education, even though whatever you learn in a classroom, in my opinion, you can get 99% of that just through the internet, if not 99.9% of that through the internet, minus maybe the social impact, and that's why I don't say 100. But there's probably a lot more valid comments online if you dig into whatever topic you're actually interested in learning about. That's beside the point. So the organizations, schools, know that the federal government is just going to allow students to come there and take out as much debt as they want to be able to pay for school. So school prices just keep going up. And because the schools know that if it raises prices, if they are able to create enough PR to continue to receive applicants, then they will continue to be able to raise prices. So if they get some type of ranking, or they have other programs to build more awareness or whatever, and I'm not saying this is across the board, I'm sure there's some organizations that are not diabolical, and that's not what I'm saying, but some of this stuff comes across a little bit fishy when you actually just dig into it slightly. And so is pretty much there's no cap in terms of the price of school, because it can continue to go up. People still believe that it's valuable. I might argue with that argument as well, but people believe currently that going to school is still valuable. So as long as people believe it's still valuable, they're going to continue to want to go to some type of formal education. And the education system knows that the federal government is going to back that debt up no matter what, essentially allowing borrowers to borrow as much as they want. So now that is where that $1.5 trillion of student loan debt comes from in the U.S. And now relating that to, say, underwriting standards for anything else. If you were to buy a investment property, and you were buying, say, 50 units or 100 unit complex, the only way you're going to get debt on that is through the deep analysis of the property, and that's not only going to be yours to make sure you want to do that. You want to make sure that you can pay this debt back. So you want to be able to make money from it. So you're going to take a look at it. The bank or financial institution you use to acquire debt on your property is going to dive into that, and they're going to have their own guidelines. They're not going to lend you money unless they get paid back. There's zero of that in education. Zero. So it doesn't matter what you are studying or your ability to repay in the future. You can just take out as much as you want. I just find that very intriguing. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I just think that's intriguing. I think there's a much better way to handle it. maybe, I don't know how to handle that, but I think that everywhere else in the world, any way people provide debt, there's at least elementary, if it's just somebody loaning somebody money, casually loaning somebody $1,000 to pay them back, there's at least some type of idea that that person is going to get paid back, in terms of like you have some type of sequential relationship with this person over time. But with student debt, there's none of that, and that's the only form of debt that I know of that's like that. So I just don't believe that that's the best way to handle that. And I think that they're maybe basing it on the expected or average salary of these positions, and if you tied it to that and capped the amount that was charged. So if you think about it, right, if you go to, say, a good 4-year school for engineering versus going to the same school but now you're studying marketing or history, or not trying to pick on anybody, or like political science or something like that, where the average postgraduate salary is probably going to be significantly less, basing the price of the school on that. So it's going to have a better accurate representation of the costs associated with it. So essentially, the person who is going to be teaching, say, marketing or political science is not, more than likely, if you looked at it, making as much as the engineering professor. Or the students who are going for engineering are more than likely not using the labs as much as the the marketing students are more than likely not using the lab or the school resources as much as, say, somebody who's going for political science. Not across the board, but more than likely. And if you tie those two together, along with the post-graduation, and you could do, say, a 90-day or 6-month or 1 year in terms of the look back, and so you know that, say, as an engineer, the average for that is $54,000 for that area, and say for marketing it's $26,000 or $29,000 or $31,000 or whatever it is. Adjust the tuition based on that. Might help out. I don't know. Just an idea. Let me know what you guys think. This is a little bit longer of a video, but let me know your thoughts down below. I'm very curious. I do see this as being the next issue in terms of bubbles in the US. It's just tremendous, the amount of the lack of underwriting, it seems like, and the inability of borrowers to distinguish or extinguish the debt after it has been acquired, and that's not a good thing for borrowers. It's not a good thing for borrowers, and that's definitely going to be an issue down the road. Let me know what you think down below. Make sure to press that thumbs up button, and you better fucking subscribe. Peace.